when the moment came to defend his players, Brian Daboll went silent. And the locker room's like you notice as Daboll point blank he just chickened out here today and yesterday. And basically since this game has been over, he was asked after the game, about the referees. And he said, I'm not going to comment on what I think about the officials. That was his chance, guys, to stand up for the players. That was his chance to stand up and be part of the flipping out. Because, the players were all doing it. And I get it. Behind closed doors, he probably was as well. Let's be honest. Daboll's not usually the calm, quiet, collective guy. He was flipping out on the field, especially during the fumble. That should have been, and a couple other situations as well. And
listen, that tush push is like 99.999% like golden for a first down. And listen, Giants won at that point with that. And
yeah.
That's terrible.
But you see what's going on. I mean, this team is coaching staff, and obviously more specifically the defensive coordinator than Daboll, obviously, but this team is kind of losing its it's losing the communication and the positivity between the players and the coaches at this point because of all the losing. And to me, he point blank should have just taken it. He would have got fined, don't get me wrong, but I think the benefit of the fine would have been so much more for that team than it would have been for the fine for him. I mean, the fine's going to be nothing compared to what he would have gotten anyway. And quite frankly, there's some fines worth paying. And to me, that was worth paying. And not only because of the team aspect of it, like I said, but because if I'm him, and maybe this is why I'm not a head coach in football, one other reasons probably as well, like lack of a resume and things like that, but didn't stop Jeff Saturday. But I wouldn't be able to hold myself back in that scenario. Yeah,
there's some really bad penalties against us.
Point blank, I would not have been able to hold myself back. And I think in that scenario, he had something to gain by talking trash about the refs to a certain degree. And he could still do it in a respectful way. And you could have said, hey, listen, the refs didn't do right by our guys. Kayvon Thibodeaux made a great play, got a fumble taken away. You could have talked about the holding calls. You could have talked about, and again, I talked about it yesterday. Was kind of, to me, I see kind of both sides of the offensive pass interference. But he could have had Slayton's back if he wanted to in that scenario as well, because there definitely was both players.
It was both sides, which should have canceled.
And it depends on how you want to cancel. Do you want to cancel by not calling, or do you want to cancel it by calling it on both players, which cancels out the play that can never happen either way? Either way, I'm not going to get ticked off at that call specifically because there's so much more egregious calls. It's not even funny. But I'm just saying, I felt like this was a move to kind of build the team together. That's where I'm at, and I feel like that would have been a potential team building moment, and this team needs it, quite frankly, right now with everything going on. But instead, I feel like Daboll kind of just chickened out.
Yeah.
So, bok Daboll, bok.
Yeah. Check.
Calling it out there. So
thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip,
then you will love the full episodes too.
Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.